Hi, I'm Joel. This is day 3056 of my running streak. We're in the capital today. The sun's shining. It's a great day already. It's going to be made even better by running for 3 miles. You're coming with me. Let's go. Today I'm extremely fortunate to be running with Vassos Alexander from the Virgin Radio breakfast show, late of the Radio 2 breakfast show. Vassos, it's a real pleasure to meet you, and thanks so much for coming out.
Well, thank you for inviting me, Joel. It's lovely to be sharing my daily run home with somebody else. I'm usually on my own here.
Yeah, I find I've done 95% of my street runs on my own, and it's just nice to get out with other people and have a chat about running. It seems the most authentic way of talking about running is to do it whilst running, and not a bad spot to do it.
No, I'm very lucky. I mean, not just with my job, but also with the run home. We've just come through Borough Market from London Bridge, where I work, and then here we are on the Thames towpath. St Paul's Cathedral's over there.
Fabulous.
Tower Bridge is behind us, and yeah, I can just follow this towpath 10 miles west all the way to home.
That's great discipline to be able to do that. And you do that every day?
Yeah, every day. Yeah.
Good for you. That's amazing. Now, I've sort of, like a lot of people I believe, been following your growing enthusiasm for running over the years on the radio, but you've increased your distances a great deal over the last few years into, well into ultra territory. Has your training changed since you've started to do that, or you just increase the mileage?
Yeah, what I do is you increase the mileage, but that sort of comes organically.
Yeah.
Running your commute is such a good way to up the mileage, and it doesn't, especially if you live in London, it doesn't take that much longer, if at all.
No,
but we're going to step up here.
Right.
I'm certainly taking the train or the tube. Driving, forget it. So I used to cycle commute sometimes, and I just don't do that anymore. I just run.
Yeah.
I sometimes get a car in, I'll be honest, at silly o'clock in the morning when we start.
You start pretty early, right?
Yeah.
But you normally run home.
But I'll always run home.
Right.
Sometimes I'll run in, I'll always run home. Right, you're gonna get experience of this. The hilarious movement of tourists on the South Bank towpath. This is Shakespeare's Globe on our left, and then Tate Britain, which is just, by the way, is free. Tate Britain is free. This is one of the most magnificent galleries. So this is Tate Modern, sorry. Tate Britain's on the other side of the river.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, the Turbine Hall is quite spectacular.
Yeah.
I used to work in an office just behind there. I remember walking along here thinking, I feel sorry for the guys running down here, and here we are, two of them.
Yeah.
So, on your 5 days a week running home, that's your 50 miles right there.
Yeah, we've got Holly the Labrador who'll need a run or a walk.
Right.
So you may as well run. My son's school is right on the gates of Richmond Park.
Lovely.
Slightly annoys me that he's 13 and he doesn't now need a lift home from school every day. But I'll try and go and get him as a treat at least once. A treat for me, by the way, not for him. Because they're literally on the gates of Richmond Park. So that's, and if you know Richmond Park well, and I think that would possibly be my chosen specialised subject on Mastermind.
Really?
Drop me, blindfold me, parachute me into Richmond Park, and I'll tell you exactly where I am in the park. Not just, compared to other bits of the park, but compared to the rest of the, world as well, compared to the rest of London. I know every sort of little grassy trail. I know. Now, you also have flying beer kegs.
Donkey Kong on our run.
Yeah, it is. It's good fun though. Wait till we get to the London Eye.
Oh,
and there are absolute crowds of tourists. Most of them in their phones, just like that. And then just as you're going to run past them on the left or the right, they'll just turn into you without looking, and then tut in Spanish or French.
Well, as long as they're having a good time, I suppose. So
on a day like this, and we're a bit later than my usual run because I had a meeting.
So you normally run at sort of a rush hour?
when
people are trying to get to work?
No, I usually run at 10.
Oh, 10, yes. You've missed the rush.
I've missed the rush hour, and I'm a bit before prime tourist time, where it says you're about to find out. Here we go. Here's another little group.
I figure when you're...
This is prime tourist time now.
When you're with people, I think it's... you just got to think bigger than you are, and project a aura of get out of my way.
No, it doesn't work with tourists on the South Bank. I don't really want it to either. I quite like them.
Well, they've got a great day to visit London, haven't they? What an amazing experience. So do you stretch your runs out at the weekend? You've got...
No, because I'm lucky enough to work on a breakfast show.
Yeah.
I can do my long run during the week.
Right. You spend time with the family at the weekend, presumably?
Yeah. I'll do Parallel Park Run. It's one of my favourite things in the world.
Yes, you've written about that. I've never done it. I ought to, but I keep just threatening my children.
For your own joy and for your children's joy. So Saturday morning, 5k with our 13-year-old Matthew.
And he enjoys it?
He loves it. You know, sometimes we just potter around and chat, but either way, you know,
I have a 14 and a 15-year-old girl. They're really not into running. Sasha and Tara, if you're listening to this, get out and do something.
Well, we also have a 15-year-old girl who's absolutely not into running, but big time into rowing.
Oh, right.
That's now try and go left here as soon as you can.
Right.
Because you have to, otherwise if you get to the end, you run into people.
This will be your second specialist subject on Mastermind after you
Actually, I have been on
round.
Mastermind, having said that.
Have you?
And my specialist subject was Emil Zatopek.
Wow.
The great 1950s Czech runner. Greatest runner of all time, possibly.
Right, interesting.
When they asked me to go on the show, to be honest, my instinct was, no, I think a better way of spending a day than feeling stupid on Mastermind.
Yeah.
But they promise, in this sort of celebrity version, they promise
Do they ease back
that
on
you
the questions?
No, they don't.
Oh.
But they promise to give the money to charity, win or lose.
Right.
So the charity I was there for, Skillforce, I thought, well, I can't not do it now. I'm proud to be an ambassador for them. So, and then I thought, well, what would be my special subject? I thought, I'd always heard of Emil Zatopek.
Yeah.
But I didn't really know anything about him, you know. And runners, since I started running, I've been talking about him in sort of awed, reverential terms.
Sure.
And I thought, well, what a good chance to find stuff about this guy. And, well, retrospectively, he's my hero. He's amazing. Emily, our 15-year-old, if I'd known about Emil Zatopek, she might have been named after him. She's called Emily anyway.
You can say that kindly.
Yeah.
Probably make it work.
But no, he's great.
In your
and
job,
rowing is speaking of brilliant things to do. I cannot think of a better way to spend your teenage years, boy or girl, than rowing. Our Emily, I thought running, you know, she didn't really like running because it hurt too much. Well, most forms of torture hurt less than rowing.
Oh God, I used to row barrel at Cox Ford at school. Christ, it was awful.
She's in the Nationals next week. She's so just, you know, you see her, there's fitness oozing out of every pore.
That's wonderful.
It's not like us runners, you know, just doing the legs. Here we go. This is, you know, like this. Just when we get around this corner.
Well, by the eye is going to be insane.
Yeah. Between the eye and Westminster Bridge. It's only about a quarter of a mile.
Did you start your Garmin, by the way? I did not.
Oh, well, I know exactly where we are. This is about a mile and
I was going to say,
a quarter here.
Feels about a mile in.
Mile and a quarter.
So how did you get running on?
I'm very
Did you
boring.
run at school?
Sorry?
Did you run at school? Did you take it up in your later years? Were you an athlete when you were a kid?
No. I took it up in my 30s because I started getting fat, and I thought I need to stop. You know, that traditional thing. You hit your 30s, you realise you stop eating what you want, or you start doing some exercise, or you start getting fat. And I have to say the last option was quite appealing. I remember Steve Bunce, the sports writer, said to me once, he said, "Vass, I'm getting older, I'm getting fatter, I'm getting happier." And I thought, well, I could go fatter and happier.
Yeah.
But
That appeals, but
then I started doing exercise, hated it, started running outside, loved it, genuinely. It just ticks so many boxes.
Yeah, a friend of mine.
It's not easy. Today my legs are feeling yesterday's hills, but you never regret a run, do you?
No, it always gives more than it takes.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well said. And
well, you imagine a financial investment that is guaranteed to give more than it took.
Yeah.
You put all your money in it and every single penny you ever had.
Which is what I'm doing.
So why don't people pour more effort into running? I don't really understand it.
I mean, sport generally. The meeting I had was with Andrew Triggs-Hodge, the Olympic rower.
Right. 3
Olympic gold medals, I think he's got. And he's putting on a London regatta, rowing down the Thames and making rowing accessible.
Emily will be delighted with that.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do it. I'll do it with her.
You'll be dad of the month.
But you know, sport generally doesn't have to be running. But running, because it's in our genes, it's not a sort of forced thing. We evolved to do what you and I, Joel, are doing right now.
Right.
It just feels right. Here we go. This is.
Oh my goodness.
I said she's not that bad today. Often you don't get any of this space that we've got. I don't know, where have all the tourists gone? I feel like I've hyped it up and it's not too bad.
I'm sure we'll have our fair share.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
But yeah, it is a wonderful thing running, and what I just did that first time, sorry, excuse me.
I thought you were trying to draft the mobility scooter. I thought that was a good plan.
Is lace up my trainers and see where they took me.
Obviously, I spend a lot of time thinking about running, and it really is a remarkable thing. And
so how can, regular viewers to your YouTube channel will know this, so please forgive the question. But why did you start your streak? How did you start running?
Well,
why the streak? Why 8 years ago?
Well,
what do you hope to get to?
Those are all good journalist questions, Vassos, and I expect nothing less from you. Here we go.
We're fine. Under this bridge, we'll be okay after this.
Well, at the end of 2010, I was extremely overweight and unhappy, and had a great relationship. I had a job I liked, but I was just out of shape. And I thought, well, I was turning 40 in 2011, so I said to myself, well, I've got to find a way of running but not stopping, because if I've got an excuse to not run, I'll take it. I'm not that disciplined. So I thought, well, I'll make it as a game. I work in video games. I'm an agent. I represent people that make video games. I'm around games all the time. So I'll start the game of how many days in a row can I run without having a day off?
Yeah.
And every day your high score gets higher, and the higher it gets, the less you want to stop, because you'll break the spell. You can't save your high score. So,
injury?
No.
Never.
Niggles.
Yeah.
But like you just learn to ignore them when they go away.
Yeah.
Well, they either go away, they don't, and
well, they eventually will.
Have.
I was so bad giving that advice out.
Yeah.
Because
that's not a sensible thing, is it? But
well, doctors wouldn't. I think it is the sensible thing. That's the thing. Doctors wouldn't obviously recommend it, physios. But given that what we said, we're born to do this. This is what we do. We wouldn't be able to not, hunt because of a achy ankle.
No.
Or a hurty knee.
Right, exactly. If we were chasing our food across the savannah, we couldn't say, well, you know what, I'll do it tomorrow because I'm feeling a bit tired today.
Got a bit of plantar fasciitis today.
I was running hills yesterday, so I don't want to do it.
I'll get this side of the bench.
You seem to take real joy in encouraging others to run, which
That's my thing.
to me
Yeah,
is
that's my thing, mate.
a huge positive in your favour. It's a few people have started running every day because of me, but most people don't know about it. But yeah, it's your enthusiasm is infectious, and you spend a lot of time on the breakfast show, I know, talking about running. And Chris is obviously into it as well.
Yeah, he's done great. His marathon a couple of weeks ago was awesome.
What time did you do?
4:40 something,
That's really good.
which is excellent. Yeah.
Did you do it as well?
Do you know what? I had placed and I forgot to enter this year.
Oh.
But it was good because you only realise, yeah, it was good, he says through gritty teeth. It was good that I was too late registering and they wouldn't let me in. No, it was, because you only realise what a massive deal London is when you're slightly on the outside peering through the glass.
Right.
And also, a bit like, you know what, Glastonbury was a fallow year. I do London every year, and I benefit from the wonderful people who come and support and shout and offer jelly babies on the side of the road. And they're so, I mean, nobody forces them to do that.
No.
So it was just nice for me to kind of give back a bit as well.
Yeah,
And be that person.
I was reading in your book, Running Up That Hill, that there's quite a lot about volunteering and how that gets people out. And it's like a gateway drug to
Yeah.
getting into the sport, or any sport really. And I think part of that is going and watching people run and enjoying the spectacle. I'm doing it with my friend Ed Rumley next year.
London.
Yeah, I'm quite looking forward to it. I'm not going to
Have
run
you
it
got, what,
fast.
you got good for age place or?
Yeah, through a manufacturer. But I don't want to run it fast, I just want to run it and enjoy the
Please do, yeah.
experience.
That's what I say to everyone, especially in a major, you know, especially London actually. These wonderful, wonderful people, nobody's forcing them out, as I say, you know, and then when they're out, nobody's forcing them to shout, come on Joel,
Yeah,
but they do, and they do, and
they pretty much
it's
the whole way
fantastic.
round.
Yes, it's
That's
like
incredible.
it pretty much the whole way around, and pretty much 3 or 4, 5, 6 deep,
Wow.
the whole way around.
That's amazing, isn't it?
Through some, honestly, slightly, well, less than the Thames towpath in the central London in the sunshine
Yeah.
areas of
Yeah.
East London sometimes. I was going to say less than salubrious, but I didn't want to make it sound like I wouldn't want to live there, because honestly, if those people live there, then I want to live there.
Quite. Don't you find something I was thinking about this morning is that in today's world of social media that is so divisive and it
Yeah.
illustrates all the things that we don't have in common, that running is a great form of connecting, because
Yeah.
you know, you and I might disagree vehemently on a whole bunch of subjects, but what we've got in common right now
Yeah.
is this run. And you know, I've got to keep my heart rate down, and my shoulders are hurting, and you're going to be going through whatever pain you were going through on the way home. It joins people together.
Yeah.
I wish more people would do it.
Absolutely, absolutely. Which is why, Joel, you have to go to parkrun. Not you ought to, not it would be good if you did, but you have to go to parkrun, because the community there,
Yeah.
it's just, you know, at junior parkrun, which I do on the Sunday morning with our 4-year-olds, is
That's 2.5.
parkrun plus
2K, is it? Oh,
2K, and the overworld. You almost want to cry when you first see it. Not almost. You do want to cry when you first see it. Let's turn left at the pub, and then I can swing you around. We've done a couple of miles, and then that's Vauxhall Station there.
I don't mind
Which
carrying
will-
on. Well, let's just carry on to where you want to go, then I'll run back. It's only going to be a couple of miles back. And I'm happy to get the miles in.
Are you training for anything?
No, I don't really like racing, because I inevitably run faster than I'm comfortable with,
Yeah.
and I don't really enjoy it. And
Well, another reason to go to parkrun, it's a run, not a race.
yeah, my friend Graham Boxall is a huge parkrun fan, and I'll go and run with him one day. He took up running in later in life, and it's changed it's changed the whole of his life, I think, for the better.
I wonder how many lives have got changed by running
Yeah.
for the better, all for the better in the last 10 years.
Well,
In this country
do you know
alone.
anybody that started running and that's changed their life for the worse?
Yeah, exactly,
I
yeah.
don't think. I had a fascinating run with Mark Beaumont. He's an incredible guy.
I'm reading his book actually.
Yeah, me too.
He sent me his email to introduce me to you, and then I remember that he sent me his book.
It's a
It
great
hasn't
read.
started yet. The 80 days. Sorry, John.
Yeah, what an amazing feat that is. 240 miles a day.
Yeah.
He's a master at compartmentalisation, I think.
Yeah.
Just breaking the run up into, or the ride up into
Yeah.
bite-sized.
Which is what we all have to do on a run, to be honest.
Yeah, as your
You're
distance.
right. Do you need a hand holding that camera? I can do it for you if you want. Oh,
Thank
sorry.
you, Dan. The only problem is running up hills with it.
Well, no hills on the towpath.
Yeah.
Hammersmith Bridge is as close as we get.
It's a nice run round by Putney to Mortlake, and gets a bit muddy, I expect, doesn't it?
Oh, only occasionally. Right, we have to stop here.
How far is that?
Oh, it's almost 3 miles. But we can just do a little loop round here, and then you can come back to Vauxhall,
Well-
and I'll carry on.
Sure, thank you. Lovely. I almost wish I didn't have the camera because it's awkward, but I do love running with other people. I wanted to ask you about Spartathlon because another good friend of mine, Simon, DNF'd it last year and
Yeah, well,
feels
it's
terrible.
very easy to do.
But with your Greek heritage, you must have felt
Oh,
like a warrior on that
best
run.
race ever.
Was it?
I mean, first of all, it's that, you know, for those who don't know Spartathlon, do your viewers know Spartathlon?
I would hope they do, but they may not.
Have a look, just while we're paused, have a look at this, film my ankle.
Oh, right.
So that's the Spartathlon tattoo,
Good for you.
which I subsequently, just in case I was in danger of taking myself too seriously about anything, I sort of did on a whim. But it looks exactly like the Interflora tattoo logo.
Well, that's
So,
nice. Your wife will be delighted.
So yeah, and the flowers guy.
Do you have an Ironman one as well? 'Cause
No,
you've
you
done an
see,
Ironman.
I always slightly snooty about people who get tattoos like that.
Yeah.
Then I became one, and then first thing they said to me at Barnes Runners at the running club is, "It's the Interflora logo, you idiot," and they're absolutely right, of course. So I only was taking myself too seriously for milliseconds until I now look at it as a flowers thing. But it's just an indication maybe of what that race means to me, to all Greeks right here, to all Greeks, because it was Phidippides is the guy who ran from Marathon to Athens and gave birth to what we now call the marathon,
Yeah.
26 odd miles.
And then died when he got there, right?
Yeah, so he's a bit derided for that, poor old Phidippides.
But he'd run 154, hadn't he?
Yeah,
The day before.
the day before, from Athens to Sparta, a couple of days earlier, and according to legend, he arrived the next day. So you get 30 odd hours to do this race, 150 miles over the mountains to Sparta in the middle of the Peloponnese, and it's just marvellous the way Greeks feel correctly that you're honouring their history and their culture simply by taking part. It's hard to get in, so your mate did really well to get in, to be honest, because the qualifying criteria are draconian.
Yeah.
Then they make the cut-offs. You know, the first marathon in 3:45, I think
Yeah,
it
that's
is.
insane, isn't it?
Which, you know, many people just couldn't do on the flat, and this is quite undulating, and you've got 5 more to go back to back afterwards, including, you know, the mountain. It's a tough old race, and a lot can go wrong, and I was very, very lucky to be able to finish, you know, at the first time of asking. Couldn't walk for a week afterwards, mind you, but and then you see the medical tent at the finish. It's like some kind of war movie.
Yeah, like a zombie apocalypse.
But, you know, you come through Sparta, kids leading you through the town, the whole town up and applauding you, and you alone, because it's not like a mass marathon. Nobody finishes within 10-15 minutes of you.
That's right.
Then you kiss the feet of the warrior king to finish. It's not a finishing line, it's a finishing statue.
Wow.
And you know, I will take that to my grave. It was just the most wonderful experience made by the locals again.
The people, right, yeah.
Yeah, schools have the day off on the Friday to come to the nearest point in the route and just cheer for you.
How wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, in the site of Battersea Power Station.
Yeah, there it is.
I'm
Yeah.
winded up in the sunshine here, and I'll let you get on your way and have a good run home. Thank you so much.
I've got about
for coming out.
6 miles to go. Yeah.
Thanks ever so much.
No, it's great.
I really appreciate it.